Team, welcome back, everyone. We are in our day 15. Where are we here? Day 15. And I don't think we'll do a very long session, but before we get into JSON and try and understand what is API, and then also try and look at what Postman will do for us, I think it's important to look at how we evaluate what are tuples, dictionary, and nested dictionaries. So, team, where's my pie chart? I closed it. We have seen lists, right? What did lists do for us? It helped us to store data in a specific order. I knew what was in the first position, what was in the second position, third position, and so on. Right? There was a list. Okay, here, somewhere in data. And we said that I can put data related to one thing in one specific list. So let's talk about how list looked like. Okay, what was this? Let's try and see this tip of the day. Might be interesting deviation. You can easily rename your local variable with automatic correction of all places where they're used. To try it is caret at the variable. Oh, nice. Let's shift F6. That's refracted. Refracted name. That's nice. Let's try. And refactor name. So that's shift F6. Select element ID is used for non-produce uses, will not be renamed. Proceed anyway. Forget it. I'll just list.py. So see how we did listing. We said a list is nothing but square brackets and values into it. First element, second element. I can have strings, I can have integers, float, anything, boolean into it. And it is primarily for me to store data. Now the same thing, team, is true also for tuples. So 35. So if I say KK equals Karthik, that's my first name, comma, Kuskati, last name, comma, 18th Feb, birthday, and 1977, my year of birth. Now, this will never change for me, but some code somewhere can do it. How? They say KK of 3 equals 1997. That will basically make me, which should not be done, right, everyone? In a code. So there's sometimes a need where you do not want someone to change it. When the data inside should not be changed, we use tuples. I will show you some more practical example, team. Take it as a concept right now, please. So if I say T1 as a tuple, now instead of square brackets, I use your regular brackets, curved brackets, numerical ones, and say the same information. And if I say print T1, control shift, and print the whole thing, see? And the other thing that we always used to do, remember, print type of KK, and the same thing, I'll do print type of T1. So it says that first one is a list, the second one is a tuple. Now, how do I know the second one is a tuple? If I say T1 of 3 and I make it 1997, and I re-execute it, it says the type error tuple object does not support item assignment. Now I am a little adamant. I hate this error codes. How do I solve this issue, team? I don't want it to change, but at least I don't want an error message to come. How can I solve that issue? So basically, you cannot change the values inside a tuple. The order is important, just like a list. Inside a list should not be changed. I asked a question, team. I do not want line 17 or line 17 to throw me an error like this. How do I handle it? How many of us are there today? Close to 20. Not so many, but at least all of you have been active, team. I'll wait for the answer. There you go. Exactly, team. Try except like we were doing earlier, yesterday. I'll say try this code because I don't know if this will work. Okay? And then I'll say except E as exception. Right? This is how we were doing. Print error is, let's see, comma E. If there's no error, then it will do it. Now the same thing I can do for KK here. And here I'll say print, I could change, I could lower a human's age. That's what was possible here. Okay. Now see, understand how I'm using the try except team. And here I'll write, I could not load. So list, you can change the values. And you can say what will come. So if you say KK3 1997, it will change it. And I'm going to print, I could lower a human age. And the same I will print actually the same thing here also. I could lower it. Same try accepting. Are you all understanding? With yesterday's try accept, this should be easy. So I'm trying to lower, I could lower. If a failure, then an error, I could not lower. The same with tuple, I'm saying I'm trying to lower. If I can, I could. If not, I'll say I could not and tell what the error is. What did I accept as E? Exception as E1. E as exception. Should see. What? How do I undo that? What I is that 170? Print exception as E. Correct. Exception is a case. See. be little conscious about the cases team. Python is highly case sensitive. Okay, now rerun. And now we get the results, no errors at least. But I'll know that in the case of a list, I could lower the human search. In the case of a tuple, error is tuple object does not support item assignment, and I could not lower a human search. That's the primary difference, team. And there are a lot of things as data points when you would want to say, you know what, let's use a tuple here instead of a list because I don't want any of the script to change. So a certain level of simple protection. Now we will implement this team as and when we get chances more, but as a concept, that's what it is. Then comes our dictionary. So the concept of dictionary is very simple, team. If you look at an XML code or a JSON format and a lot of things, you'll basically see something like, do I say this? I want to put it into a very non-coding language perspective. Okay. What I can say is, let's say I have something called as a box. Okay. I'm just giving a dimensions of a box. And for a box, the dimension is that height is so and so, and width is so and so. So box has 3 dimensions, team, or 2 dimensions? Height and width is enough. Team, is everyone as tired as me? Is height and width enough for a box? Is 2 dimension enough for a box? Yes, we need this 3 dimension. We need length or breadth or whatever. So we also need the length, and we'll say that length is maybe 5. So that defines how a box. Now I can have different boxes, correct? Each box has different height, different width. How can I put that data into my programming? That is where I will say something like B1, B1 equals open curl brackets and end your curl brackets. That's basically your separators. So unlike list, which is square, unlike tuples, which is curve, this is curve. And here I will say height colon 10, comma, width colon 20, comma, length colon 5. Now this is what we get. The dimension of box. All of this as information is provided in one set. This is basically called a key value pair. It's like saying, tell me the key name and then tell me the key value. So it's like username equals KK. User password equals 123. Now these, instead of putting them as individual variables, I'm putting them here. What is the advantage of it? You can call the values. Actually, why am I deleting that? you can call the values based on the key of it. So if I say print B1 and I say print type of B1, it would basically give us whatever is there with it. So let's do that first. It's a class dict or a short form for dictionary. Tells me my height is 10, width is 20, length is 5. So it has created something similar to an objective, but it doesn't have methods. It has key and a value. Key, value. This key value pairs. So 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pairs. So 3 pairs are there. Now I can anytime say print B1 dot, no, not B1 dot, it will be B1 square brackets of that value h is equal to, and it prints me the height of it. I can choose what I want, and it is not dependent on the position. Okay? And that's very key. All by using the key, the position is not so very, is not so what is not used in this case. So if I say B2, for example, team, just showing you an example, not here, maybe down will do. And here I'll change the C. H, W, L, only, no? Yeah. I change the order in which they appear. It does not matter for a team. All that matters is as long as you call it using the right key. And is it H, W, or L? So if I have that in shape, then also. And that would take it. So I'm changing B2s everywhere. And let's run. Oopsie. That's a syntax error. And that's my new dictionary object. I don't think I can call it as an object, but a dictionary which has a collection of information. And what it helps us to do, team, is go in the direction of JSON files. So actually, when we come back in the next session, I want to talk a little bit more on API and JSON. What else was there in dictionaries? Nested dictionaries was there, team. But I don't know if it will confuse you. I can show you what's a nested dictionary. So far clear, team? What's a dictionary? So there's a list, square brackets, position is relevant, can change the value. There's a tuple, curve bracket, position is irrelevant. Position is relevant, you cannot change the value. Dictionary, key value pair. Position is relevant. Always call the value by its key. Now, if I take an image to explain this, I'm saying my box 1 has 10, 20, and 5. And box 2 has 20, 10, and 15. That is the dimension of size that I'm putting in. Everyone? Suresh, I already told you I'll talk about the real-time implementation as we get later, especially towards more screen web design. Not yet. It's more concentrated. Sorry, where was I? Sorry, team got deviated a little bit. Yes, Tuples dictionary. So this is one dictionary team. Now this is another dictionary, and so on. I may have so many boxes around it. Each one will have the same thing: height, width, length. Now what I could do is I could make is dictionaries within a dictionary. It's just a very simple concept. B1 here. This is my B1. This is my B2. Just change a little. Dimension. Actually, I said dimension because I was functional referring it, but a dictionary. Okay, I have three boxes now. And for me, each time I can put them separately, or I can say all boxes equals thing B1. Now they're more equal to comments. And let's see this comma B2 B colon then brain dead today. And then so now what we did, team, is instead of individually putting them, I can talk about all of these boxes under one box, saying that, you know what, all the boxes are there in all boxes. Or I'll say my boxes, where do we put the boxes? In a cupboard, right? Or my shelf, let's say. My shelf has all of these boxes. Now, if I say print my shelf, that's the first thing. And definitely, just let's type, see the type of it. I think it'll just say dictionary, maybe, I'm not sure. Let's run so far. It's about organizing, how we do it. Ting, 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 ting. What did I do wrong here? Which line? 10. My shelf. I should type the. What am I doing wrong here? This actually I don't need. I don't need exactly from the previous. Since the three individual boxes, I think I may. This is. It's the name of the box. So maybe in couple quotes as the name of those boxes. There we go. Thank you. So I had to change it because now within it, it's a name. And that name within a dictionary has to be this way. See, how do we define a dictionary? Name within quotes, colon, value, correct? So I'm saying name within quotes, colon, the value now is a dictionary by itself. Did you catch that, team? The value now is by itself a dictionary. Now my shelf has 3 books within or boxes within. Now I can go to specific one and say print my shelf, and in this square brackets. Let's say book 2. Okay. Oops. That's the name. And I want to print the height of it. So get 11 for it. So I'm able to individually take the information from it. So think of it like multi-dimensional arrays and so on. It's just that each one can be different. And they don't all have to be necessarily the same size, team. You can change them to different ones. Get the basic of it, and then we can keep moving on. This is B2, and if I say L, B3, which is 75, for example, you get that. So we can go specifically within a dictionary, and within each dictionary, go to a specific key, get that value. So dictionary is all about a key and the value. Key is given in double quotes, colon, value, all separated by quotes, curly brackets. If I take a dictionary and keep on putting them within another dictionary, that becomes a nested dictionary. Good enough, everyone, on these few concepts for today. And where were we? Okay, yeah, now it will be easy for us to understand JSON, API, Postman. And I need to do some more with Selenium driver so you understand how it's working. We'll spend some time there to these sessions. But once you know programming and Selenium WebDriver, integrating them together will be easy. I don't know, team, but just want to let you know I have a passion at least to redevelop Eniot, not Excel, Eniot itself in Python. It's right now in all Java, little bit SNG and so on. With the possibility, I want to rewrite it in Python just to see the heck of it. It's not that big project, but I want to really see how different could they be, because Eniot as a tool is doing very well. I really feel good about it. Maybe let's see. That could be a good project if some of you would be interested in. It's taking a Java code and slowly converting that into Python. Team, I don't have much from my side, but I have a few minutes that I would love to take any questions that you have on what we were discussing so far and anything in general as well. Project folder. Okay, so this project folder, this whole thing with code you're saying, is it? So in code, we have till 24. Let's upload some more. Training environment program code. So from 25 so that's going in, and that document is there. And the folder is the same. So get shareable link, and I'll put it in the chat. Can someone put the same in the Skype group, team? Because in this machine I'm logged in with a different username. We'll be covering CI/CD as part of Python training. So CI/CD is for us Jenkins, Maven, Git, GitHub, and how we align them. It will be common between Selenium and Python. And in fact, even Selenium WebDriver, I thought, but we have to do it with Python. So CI/CD will be common for both. It has nothing specifically not to do with coding, Python or Java. So it will be common for both. In fact, even API in Postman, I wanted to do it commonly, but API with Python is interesting. Team, I'm already feeling it's Friday. I'm busier next week. And team, for all of you across the globe, please be very, very careful and watch out for all the health risks that keep seem to happen around us. It's not easy, team. It's very, very sad. So be careful, team. Keep watching everything. Any possible changing the time to earlier in the day? I'll be having Python class this Saturday and Sunday. So we do not have Python, any classes usually on weekends. Can we change it to earlier in the day? I will, but we are just left out with another 2-3 sessions. So then, what to watch out? Team watching out more for the virus that's spreading across the pandemic and stay safe. I was trying to the other day, 3 days ago, just thought, you know what? It shouldn't be too late to go and find face masks, just regular ones. And Los Angeles is sold out. There's nothing here. Just in case you need it, you never know. So, anyways, it's different. Just be fine. All will be fine. It's fine. We'll see you back next time. Next class. Thank you all.